Welcome, snipers. Thank you for everyone for joining. Welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. It's 11 a.m. Eastern. It's Tuesday, July 21. And I hope everyone's having a great day. And we're going to get right into this. We're going to be here for a couple hours here. And we're going to do gold and US30 Dow Jones. And I hope everyone's having a great day. Right now, the markets are pretty crazy. As you guys can see, they're pretty volatile. So please, every single day, please use proper risk management when you're trading. And that's how you can handle your losses and not do anything silly in these markets. Okay, guys? So I'm going to get right into this. Before we get to the charts, we're just going to go over some quick news today. So we had some news coming out of the UK early in the morning. That was pre-London. It's already released. In the North American session, we had the ADP weekly unemployment change come out. And for our session, we have nothing coming out this afternoon, just maybe some Donald Trump tweets. And he's also meeting with the Lebanese president. So I don't know if that's happening this afternoon on our session. So we just have to be careful anytime Trump is speaking, because you guys know that the markets can start to whipsaw and get very volatile anytime he's speaking. Okay, so we have to use proper risk management nonetheless. And just some news over here with US intelligence: Iran unlikely to ease negotiating stance despite US military action. So US is on their 10th straight day of military action. And so if you're trading the commodities such as gold, silver, or oil, please be careful with those securities, okay? Because they could definitely cause substantial losses in your trading and can frustrate you and things like that. So please be smart with your trading, okay? Until we weather this storm, I don't know how long it's going to take, but this is how the financial markets work. And we're in different trading times compared to how we were 5, 10, 15 years ago, okay? So we don't have any major news coming up. Just some day-to-day news. NASDAQ leads the rebound on Wall Street as earnings roll in. So we're going to start to see some tech earnings coming in this week and next week. And that's where we can see maybe NASDAQ start to rebound. You can see NASDAQ is up over 1% today. Dow is up over 0.5%. S&P 500 is up 0.63%. And Russell 2000 is up almost 1% right now. Volatility index is negative, almost 7%. So the markets are green for the most part. Gold is up 1.4%. Bitcoin is having a good day, almost 2%. And crude oil is up as well, over 2%, okay? And how GM's memory outlook could help steady stocks like Micron and SanDisk. So if you guys know, SanDisk has had an explosive run in the last 52 weeks, and it's been a crazy security. For those who got in early, congratulations. But tech all led the way this year, carrying the markets to all-time highs. So we're going to see this much anticipated earnings week and see how a lot of these AI and semiconductor securities are holding up, okay? And just some other things going on. The bulls are circling Meta again, so we'll see what's happening there. Tesla, the Q2 preview, right over here. Sales jump, but not optimist. Robotaxi need more cash. So Tesla's up almost 4% today. You can read these articles, click on these articles, and you can see what's going on. The earnings in the latest earnings, 3M jumps on the Q2 beat. GM lifts guidance. So 3M is a Dow Jones security. So it's if you trade Dow, it's good to know what's going on with 3M. NASDAQ climbs with the Magnificent Seven earnings. AMD, AI on deck. Okay, so AMD is a big security, just like NVIDIA, and it's had its run as well, and we'll see if it can continue to keep up. TSMC, this is a chip making company, and prices by raise the chip making prices for up to 10% in 2027. So you can see if the chips go up in cost, it's going to cost us, and it's going to be more and more revenue for these companies. Okay, Trump today announces a 50% tariff on Canadian autos, dairy, alcohol, and hockey sticks. So to my American friends next door, if you're buying any Canadian products, if you like our alcohol, if you like Crown Royal, if you like our automobiles, if you like our dairy, if you like our hockey sticks, you will be taxed 50% tariff on top. So again, it's you're going to pay the cost of this. It's going to hurt Canadian um, um, imports coming in, but it's also going to hurt you at the end. So he's put this on, and we'll see if it sticks. Again, we know that Donald Trump talks a tariff game. This is 5% of our products coming into the U.S., so it's a hit, but not a big hit. But it's out there. So we'll see what's going on with that. Another tanker hit in the Hormuz as Houthis add to regional risks. They're also stopping shipping containers from going through. So it's not just oil at the Strait of Hormuz. Now the Houthis are getting involved in Yemen, and they're blocking that shipping route for just products coming in and out of there. So things are developing, guys. We went through this a while back, and it's just repeating itself again with the tariffs, with the shipping containers, the oil containers. Strait of Hormuz is open, Strait of Hormuz is closed. We're reaching peace talks, then they're bombing, and it's hard to believe anything right now. And Trump to meet with the Lebanese president very soon. So that's going to happen probably maybe on this call or after this call. Okay. So that's your news going on right now in the markets. Guys, we have a free Telegram channel to everybody on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Almost 200 viewers. Our free Telegram is pinned at the top of YouTube, and you get all of our live links to our sessions. And guys, I just yesterday our session froze like almost 3 hours in, and then we had to start another link. So also, guys, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Hit the notification bell, because sometimes we do lose internet and our stream freezes. Then I got to start a new one, and it kind of ruins the flow of everything, but we can get right back on. Okay. And this was a recap of Dave trading with the snipers early this morning. Caught the nice gold sell before the pump. So congratulations to all the snipers in the group, and Dave catching some pips over there. And guys, we also have this free Telegram. We give giveaways, and this was a giveaway that we gave to the winner. So congratulations to Hassan Shenga. You've been selected as the winner of our giveaway. So you've won 1 free month access to both SST, the premium plan, where you get everything, and also the AI trade ideas, where you can just plug in a chart, copy paste the chart, and it will spit out within literally 20 seconds. It will spit out analysis and give you guidance as to buy or sell, and levels, and risk management and things like that. Okay, so congratulations, guys. We'll have another giveaway, but you must be subscribed to our Telegram channel and the AI trade ideas Telegram as well. So congrats. And also recaps of the trade ideas that we do here in our Discord on a daily basis. So yeah, that's over there. And guys, this is the AITradeIdeas.com, and this is where you can just drop and drag your chart in here on any security. All you have to do is put in the market type. Are you trading spot or futures? What is the symbol? BTC, NASDAQ, gold, etc. What time frame are you looking? Are you looking for a short time frame? Are you looking for a swing trade? Are you looking for maybe something on the higher time frame? And then just put in the current price, paste your chart in there, and within 20 seconds, it'll populate and give you your analysis. Okay, so that's the AITradeIdeas.com. And finally, guys, if you want to join SST, we do have a promo ourselves. It's 50% off on all premium plans. So you'll get the AI, you'll get our trade ideas, signals, all of our indicators, all of the live sessions with myself and Dave in the private Zoom, all of the education on the website, and the Discord, the private Discord community, okay, and much more, okay. So you get 50% off, and just use this code end of July 50, and you'll get that additional savings. Okay, and guys, if you want free blogs, all of our blogs are available on our blog section, and you can see anything relating to trading and news is on your blogs over here. So we're going to be trading an FOMC week coming very, very soon. We're going to be trading an NFP week very, very soon. We're going to be trading a CPI day very, very soon. So you can get to know by reading these blogs and prepare yourself to what's coming. Okay, and finally, guys, before we get started on the charts, I want to just say thank you to everybody who's subscribed to our channel, everyone that has liked our channel. It helps boost the channel and it keeps us going here. And we hit our milestone of 100,000, but we want to continue to go to 105 and 110,000 to hit those psychological numbers. And guys, I also put it out there that it's still on the table. If any one of these streams gets 500 likes, I'll pick a lucky winner on YouTube on the call right away, and they'll win a one-on-one session with myself, and we can go for about 90 minutes to 2 hours, and you can ask me anything, and I can do whatever I can to help you in your trading, in your journey. Ask questions, whatever it is. It's your session. So it will be when we hit 500 likes, and we haven't hit 500 likes for over 2-3 weeks now. So it's still on the table. Okay. And if we do it on the call, I'll pick a winner right away. Okay. And guys, I'm going to get in the charts now. So we're going to do a top-down analysis on gold, and also we'll take a look at Dow, and we'll see how the markets are moving. Traditionally, at this time, the markets are not the greatest times to trade, but you never know. We might get lucky and we might get some good volume. Okay, so just all I ask for everybody is, if you're learning, please learn. Okay, take the time to learn. This could be a learning session, and you don't have to get too stressed out with trading. It can be more about learning the process of doing a top-down analysis, the analysis of wicks and bodies of candles, and how to find points of control, and how to identify support and resistance areas, and how to spot fake outs and liquidity grabs and things like that. So a lot of guys that do good on these calls just sit back, relax, and watch what's happening. Ask some relevant questions pertaining to what we're doing, and it might help. And then you apply it to your own trading when you go and you trade, because some of you guys are trading the London markets, some of you guys are trading the Asian markets, some of you guys are trading earlier New York sessions and things like that. Okay. And obviously, in the title, it says live trading and analysis. So you don't have to ask me, Ron, are we trading? Absolutely. If there's a trade, if there's a setup, we do take it. Yesterday, we took a sell on gold. You guys know it consolidated for approximately 2 hours. Then finally, it broke down for 100 pips. And right when we closed the trade, that's when it bounced, took the London liquidity, and bounced right back up into a buy. And so that's how you can trade, but you got to be patient, you got to be disciplined. And also, I was in drawdown yesterday and I almost got tapped out on my stop loss, but that's what risk management comes in. So you got to be able to apply a certain amount of risk, where if you do get stopped out and your analysis does not work, it's not the end of the world and you haven't lost your account on one trade. Like that's silly to me. That's gambling. Like you haven't grasped the concepts of understanding what real trading is. Trading is consistently over time. So you got to preserve your capital in order to do this. If not, you're basically gambling, you're casino trading. And that's not what we want to do here, because it's very hard to sustain that for months and years down the road. You might get lucky here and there. Okay. That's how a casino works. You get lucky here and there, but to continuously go into the casino every single day and come out profitable, there's some people that can do that, but in the financial markets, it's very difficult to do that. Okay, especially now with the conditions we're trading in, with everything, with war and Donald Trump tweeting every single day. It's not easy. Okay, so let's get started. Welcome everyone on Zoom. I appreciate all of you guys joining. I know it's a long day for you guys. Maybe you guys joined Dave and now you're joining me. So, but if you're here, I welcome you. Thank you guys. Vinay, good morning. Sergio, welcome. Forex, welcome. Thanks for joining. Mike, Dennis, thank you for joining, guys. Mohamed, welcome. Daniela, thank you for joining. And Krina, welcome. Good morning. And everyone on YouTube from the top, welcome, guys. Kingsway, welcome. Good morning. I'm just reading your comment here. Man, I lost $500 for the day. Next 500 will be based off your analysis. Okay, so you're kind of putting me on the spot here, but it is what it is. But I don't want you to revenge trade or things like that. You don't need to bet your $500 account. If you don't gain your $500 loss right now, you got to understand, maybe tomorrow or the next day. Okay, that's what you need to learn about trading. Okay, you don't have to recover your loss right away on the next candle or the next session. It takes time. You got to look for that good volume, that good setup. Okay. I hope you use proper risk management when you lost that $500. I hope you don't have like $1,000 account and you lost 500 and now you only have 500 and you're betting it all now. That's not trading. Okay, so please, Kingsway, be smart about this. Okay, and Gal Live, welcome. Thank you for joining. Tuka Bri Houdini. Okay. Will gold reach 41.90? I don't know. We got to see the overall trend on the higher time frames. Okay, guys. So welcome to everybody. And let's get started. Okay. So gold is moving right now. You can see it's moving on the 5 minutes. But let's start our daily top-down analysis. So higher time frames, big daily candles. Okay. Overall picture. You can see again how things are moving. So I'm just going to spot out the obvious. There's gold's all-time high right up there. Just Donald Trump is speaking right now. So Trump is meeting with the Lebanese president at the White House right now. Okay, guys. So I don't know what he's saying, and I have no idea, but the markets can move right now. So please be careful. If you're in a trade right now, or you are looking to take a trade, I just want to reiterate, Donald Trump is live with the Lebanese president right now. Okay. So just spotting some other levels and the trend. We've been doing this trend from the all-time high. We come down, we hug these bodies, and we just continue to take it down. So you can see the trend is technically going down on the daily, but we're approaching the trend line today, maybe tomorrow, and you never know. We might have an impulse break of that trend line. You can see we had an impulse there, an impulse break there, but nothing closed above. So we might be getting gold now coming up to the trend line again and potentially reversing the trend if we get some blue closing volume above, and then we start to make this trend line the supporting level, because right now it's still resistance. Okay, so you can see we are in a deep downtrend with lower highs, and technically it can come right back up to here to 41.90 where you just asked me, and that is where the resistance is. So it's here to answer your question. This is where we need to break. Look at where these bodies are. Okay, and these wicks, right? 41.90 you said. 41.90 is right there. See what I mean? Let me just make it yellow here but that's what I mean. So it could come right up to there and break a little bit, but 41.90, that's the upper resistance. I'm just going to bring it down to those bodies right there and lower it to 41.80 right over there. And to show you that 41.90, that's your resistance box right here. Right there. Okay, so I'm going to make this red so you can clearly see it. So when you ask me, okay, you just asked me, can gold get up to 41.90? Now, look at what you have to do to get up there. Okay, it's not easy. Everyone asks me this question. Are we going to all-time high? And I say, okay, I would love if gold went to all-time high too. But there's levels in this game. Okay, so this blue candle today needs to continue to backfill this wick right there, and it has to get up to 4100, 4105. I would raise that right up to that bearish ignited body at 4110, because that's what started the big trend came down. Then Tuesday last week we came back up, and you can see it got rejected there, back down, came up lower high, then the big black candle came down Thursday last week, and we're slowly moving our way back up to there. So that is a point of interest, this yellow line. I'm going to place an alert there. Okay, you can see how I'm getting right into the top-down analysis. Like you can see, I haven't even done, normally when I start these calls, I'm identifying levels and pivot points up here and zones, but I think that if you guys are joining me every single day, you're starting to get the hang of what I do, okay? And you can see there was the pivot, and you can see that black candle that closed below, and you can see the date and time of these candles, and that's a specific candle. June Friday, the first Friday of every month, that's NFP. That was the breaking candle that broke the structure, closed below, and you can see now this yellow line is a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick. So there's your resistance up there. And look at how it's coming up. It's coming up basically as a big double bottom on the daily. Where there it is, here's our second bottom, and there it is, it's coming up, it's coming up. But that's what I mean. We could get to the trend line and that resistance right there, and then they could push it right back down. However, if we can break this, there's the zone we're getting into, 4190, that zone you just asked me, okay? And they could come into the zone, and you guys know it could go right back down. That's why we got to use this yellow line as support to get a higher low to continue to break, or we use maybe the trend line as support to continue to go up. We could just break, there could be escalating war and things like that, and gold just breaks through here, and then we close above, and then this zone is green, and then we make 4190 now our acting support, so we can get back up to 4400, back up to this resistance, okay? So remember, a lot of guys ask me, Ron, are we going to go this high, this high? I'm like, guys, we got to continue to do our job. We got to continue to fill this wick. How can I tell you? Someone asked me the other day, Ron, are we going to get to all-time high? Look at where the all-time high is. You still got this resistance. You still got that resistance. You still have a zone right here. You still have that resistance. You still got this resistance. You still have this resistance. You still got this zone right here. And you still have this wick to fill. So you know what I mean? When people ask me this, it kind of, I don't know how to give you an answer. There's levels to the game, and you got to go through each level. Now, can we talk about, have we created some sort of support here? There we have a body, and then I say a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick below it. So I can feel comfortable drawing a green zone right there from the yellow line to those wicks. There's rather small wicks, so you can see the zone is pretty much matching the red zone. They're equal size. And now we have a resistance and a support zone. And now look at how we're trading. Coming down, going up, came back down, double bottom, came back up strong. There's the big neckline. Then it came all the way tumbling back down to the green zone. When? Last Friday. Here was Monday, that difficult Monday candle. And then look at Tuesday, very nice and bullish, continuing, okay? So we could continue to trade in here, right? For the remainder of this week, maybe next week, unless we get something happening. And we're approaching the all-time high trend line, okay? So now let's get a little more into talking about yesterday's volume, okay? So yesterday we opened, it was initially bullish where we came up to there. That was yesterday's high. And then it came back down to the opening price. And then remember, we were in the sell and it flipped bearish and it came all the way down right there to 39.82 and then right back up. And then there's our closing price and our opening price today right here, okay? 4,007, James Bond. Remember that number? We couldn't break below that 4,007 all session yesterday. Then finally we broke. And then you guys saw how we took out London's liquidity and then it bounced right back up and it made 4,007 the support to continue to look for buys, right? I use these levels throughout the day, and I just place alerts at these levels and I wait, okay? So there was our opening price. When we opened, it was initially bearish. You can tell, black, 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 and there's our lowest point of the day. So let's figure out. It's a rather short wick. It's not a long wick. That's our lowest point of the day. Exactly Walmart pricing, 4,000. But they can't put 4,000. They got to give us a little bit of a discount. Look at the price, $3,999.96. It's like we're working at Walmart, okay? They roll back days. They rolled it back 4 pennies for us, okay? And look at it. It's a higher low from yesterday, higher low, and inside the green zone, higher low. So you can see the depth of market is building on the daily. And then look at today's volume. The buyers have a job to do. They're doing their job on the bottom. Are they doing their job on the top? So the top is we need to continue to backfill the previous candle's wick, right? So did they do that today? They have, okay, so far, right? It broke above yesterday's high. So yesterday's high is a relevant point of interest. At yesterday's high wick, place a yellow line. And you can see it's basically 50% of today's volume. It almost cut in half. Look at the price of it, 4,040. Okay. So if it gets rejected and we come back down, and it comes here, this could be a good level to look potentially for a buy right here. So we're nowhere near that right now, but it doesn't hurt to place an alert, right? I can place an alert right there. I can place an alert at our opening price. If it ever gets to back down there, maybe I potentially look for a buy there. Okay, now what's going on? So we continue to break above yesterday's high, and we came up to the opening price of this big bearish candle last Thursday. So let's mark that up with a yellow line, 4,060. Look at the numbers. 4,040, 4,060. We're trading now at 4,075. Those are those psychological numbers. And it continued to break above there. And we have a high of the day that also broke last Wednesday's high. So far, we have a purple high of the day. We can continue to drive up today. There's a lot of time left. There's over 5.5 hours. And we could come right back up to this purple line and then start to backfill Tuesday's wick right here, and then ultimately get back up to that bearish ignited candle that started the downtrend last Monday. Okay, so that would be the big point. And if it comes all the way through there, that could be where your resistance is. Okay, but it's still very strong. So when you're asking me, Ron, what's the trend on the daily? It's very bullish today. So what I would like to look for is pullback buys at these levels, at 4,060, at maybe 4,040, and so on and so forth. The lower it goes, the bigger discount I get, the stronger the depth of market. However, it might not come down to these levels. It might just continue to just push. It might be a strong bullish day where the pullbacks are not really coming down and it's just continuing to squeeze short sellers and continue to drive. Okay, and that happens. Then I got to patiently wait for maybe tomorrow or the next day to get these areas. Otherwise, I got to see what's going on another time frame. That's why I'm going to break it down on the hourly and see what's going on. Okay, so ultimately looking at the trend, what we have, the pattern, you see it came down. All of this, you can consider this one bottom, and there's the big neckline, the big red box. Then you see it slowly came back down. There's our double bottom. You can see it now. Traditionally, a double bottom has that bullish volume built up 2 times to get back up and break that resistance. And that's what a traditional W looks like, a W breakout. However, we've seen it come up, and then it could go right back down. But when it comes down, we want to see, will it build at this yellow line, pick up a higher low? Will it build here and then go back up? And you see it could continue to make higher lows at these yellow lines, at these points of interest. Okay, if it gets right there, it gets rejected and comes down, and these yellow lines, this yellow line doesn't hold, then you can see it's a bearish move coming back down, and then it could continue to be bearish and break down and maybe close below this green box. The double bottom zone turns red, and then now gold is continuing to sell off, right? That could happen. It's happened many times. Just look at the overall trend. Look at every time it came back up, it went back down. Came back up, lower high, they put it back down. Came back up, lower high, then they broke it down. See, when it broke that big supporting level, that was the big dump. Then it came back up slowly. Then it went back down. Then it came back up slowly. Look, lower high, then it came back down. And we could continue to build and they could bring it back down. Okay, but this now, we've got so much escalations in war right now. So that's it's good for gold, right? When there's war, when there's uncertainty around the world, a lot of fiat currency exchanges and buys gold. Okay, so we could be seeing that. Maybe this is a good supporting level for gold, just below 4,000 right here at this 39.60 level. Okay, so daily is bullish. I'm breaking it down now to the hourly. Okay, so we're breaking it down. Where did all of this big bullish volume come in? Now let's see what time. It started right there, Monday, right there when the markets opened. There's the futures market. So it started real strong on Monday, continued, moving into midnight Monday. There's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Here's London. London provided the resistance to bring it down. London sold off 3 a.m., 4 a.m. There's 5 a.m., 6 a.m., continuing lower lows, 7 a.m. Here was COMEX. right here, the 8 a.m. candle. Then here's Wall Street today. Came all the way down, came back up. So you see now we're making an hourly support right here. You see the hourly pivot right here, guys. So at this level right here, I see a body, and a body, right? I'm going to use a white line now because I'm analyzing the hourly. So I use a white line now. You guys know the yellow lines are based off daily. The purple is today's low. This purple line is today's high. But you see when it was coming down, this hourly downtrend from London, it pivoted right there. Look at the number 2, 4,050, right at that psychological level, and look at it come right back up. So 10 a.m. big bullish hourly candle. Okay, so you see that yellow line basically cuts that bullish volume in half. So if it comes back down black, right, if it comes back down black, that would be a good area to entertain a pullback buy on the hourly or the 5 minutes or 15 minutes right there, 4,060. If it comes down to the hourly support, 4,050, that's a better buy. That's deeper. That's a double bottom right here where it started. And that could be, the hourly double bottom, but we might not even pull back. Okay. Maybe it tried to pull and then buyers are buying it and it's continuing. Now wants to maybe attempt to break where? Where's the next hourly level? Right there. That's where the 2 a.m. in London opened, okay? So let's draw a line right there. Remember, body to body. There was the impulse move. So if I draw a red zone from today's daily high to that hourly resistance, this is a red box right there. You can see it got rejected there it got rejected and a lower high. If I stretch it into the future, we are driving right back into that red zone. That could be a potential double top at today's daily high. Look, it came up. There's the big neckline. It came back up. That looks to me like, but if it's trending and bullish, we could break right through there and continue trending up. But we got to break this red zone because it could come right in there and it get rejected back down. And that pattern looks like an M. And then it comes back down. Then maybe we get our discounted buy there and we buy it back up and then it breaks. Okay. So you got to see what we have to break this red level. So even for scalping, okay, these are deeper in the depth of market, but what about here where the 10 a.m. candle and the 11 a.m. candle just closed and opened? Let's put a white line right there at around 4,068, 4,070. It might pull back there. We might entertain a buy right here. Okay. So I've got my hourly analysis. Now, look, let's say it continues to go bullish and we break right through today's daily high and we drive. Are we driving all the way up to 4,110 to that yellow line? Possibly, but what if there was some hourly price action trading from this purple line to this yellow line? How do we identify that? Let's look backwards. There it is. I can see exactly the time now. Tuesday, July 14, 8 a.m., Colmex, it broke out, impulse move right up there, and that's where it got rejected. Then we came back in there at 9 and 10. Look at all the rejections, and we're trading into this big bearish hourly candle right here, Sunday, that opened the market at 6 p.m., July 12th. Look at it. It was a big, massive bearish candle. If I was to cut this candle in half, okay, from the open to the close, let's do that, okay? I don't want to just speculate. I want to do it. So that's a bearish ignited hourly candle that closed below that entire zone from the purple to the yellow. Where's 50% of it? Right there, 4,094. I'm going to place a white line right at the 50% right there, okay? And then I see that when it broke, it got rejected. It broke, it got rejected, okay? So that's where there's a lot of resistance right there, right around 4,093, 94, 95. So if we break today, that right there could be the resistance to bring it back down. Okay. So I want to identify that. Okay. I can even place an alert on it. If it gets there, maybe I sell it back down. Unless it's a really bullish day, I might be buying off that white line and it might be made into support. Okay, look at, we're driving right into it right now. So I want to get off these hourly and go right into the 5 minutes and show you what's going on. Here's now the 5 minutes. So there's where it came all the way up right in there, 245 right before London market, and that created the highest point of the day. Then London brought it down all the way down there. There's our 5 minute support at just when Wall Street market opened. There's 930, 935, 940, 945. Return the move right back up, and we're coming right into that red zone where this could be a potential double top on the 5 minutes. Look at how it looks. It came in, big move, one top. Neckline is all the way here, down here, and it's coming all the way right back up, and it could come back down. However, it could impulsively break up. There's our white line. It could close above here. Then we're going to make the red box green, and maybe it could take us back up to that hourly white line I just showed you. But look at the massive wick it's getting right now. So it just drove right into that red zone, right by the highest point of the day, and rejected back down. So look at this. They could exhaust all those buyers, and then it shoots back down. We could be maybe walking into a potential sell right here. Let's wait for this candle to close in the next 90 seconds. Check your spreads, everybody, please, if we can. Just make sure spreads. Donald Trump is still speaking. Trump on Iran. We're not finished at all. Okay? These are his words. Breaking news. Guys, can you leave a like on YouTube and subscribe to the channel if that analysis helped you, if you understood that analysis? Let's get this up 50 more subs to 104,000. Okay? How was that analysis? Did you guys understand that? Did it make I wanted to get real into it. Talk slowly so you understand, and show you the points of interest as well, okay? Welcome, Vaibhav. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Perfect. Good. It was awesome. Okay. Good. As long as I can get to one person, that's it. I've done my job. But there's 400 of you guys, maybe 500 with everyone on Zoom. But if I can get to one or two of you guys, I've done my job for the day. But if we can get to 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 people, then we're doing an excellent job, okay? Now, we got to see. So this is not an easy zone to break, okay? So it came in there. Let's review this candle. It came in there very bullish at the beginning. Then it got a big wick and got rejected back down here. And then right near the close, it filled back up with buyers. So they're trading right in 50% of the red zone. So that was a strong close still. Now, look at how this black candle opened. It opened bearish ignited right away, okay? You can see it was not, look, it's just black. So it's sellers coming right down, okay? This could be one of those clue candles that we're seeing, okay? So you see, now it's a hanging man. It opened bearish ignited, came all the way down, right back down there, and the buyers are buying it right back up, but it's still holding that bearish head from the open. So let's see if the buyers can flip this candle and continue to fill that wick and test the highest point of the day. If this candle can hold, look at how the sellers are holding it. That's what we call a hanging man candle, okay? It opened, and see, it's still hanging here, and it's pushing. Look at the sellers. They're still pushing down the buyers, okay? So this could close black down in here, and maybe we're going to get another push down, but it's a counter trade, right? It could be just something like this, where it just comes down a couple bodies for 20, 30, 50 pips, and that's it. Then it goes right back up, okay? So if you're selling, I just want to reiterate, we are counter trading the overall move. If you don't feel comfortable selling, then what we got to do is wait and see if it will continue to make highs, and we can buy pullbacks, okay? Okay, but look at that. Now they flipped the candle. So remember, it held for the first 90 seconds bearish, came all the way down. Now it flipped. Look, it's a hammer candle. It's going to fill that wick, and we're a few pips away from testing the highest point of the day, 4,084. Right there. We're 20 pips away from testing the daily high. Maybe it might be a fake out at daily high and come down. Maybe it will close above there, and we're continuing to drive. Then we just got to look to buy pullbacks. And here's a nice little consolidated flag right here where this move started. There's the flag. Okay, so let's identify this flag in case it comes back into here. That's where it went blue, black, and then broke out blue. Came down, retested it, still holding, created that new high, but it's just shy of the daily high. Okay, you can see it didn't reach that purple line yet. Awesome. Okay, I was clear and articulate. Thank you. So that's why sometimes, you know, I have alerts here, an alert here, an alert here to buy a pullback. Like if it comes back down, and then I know if I'm also selling and I'm selling down to this, I know that the buyers could be there to bring it right back up. So, and I know I'm counter trading. So if I get that sell to come down there, right, I'm more than happy getting my money and getting out of the way, because it could come down there and it's a 100 pip move, and then come down there and find those discounted buyers waiting, hit those pending orders, and come right back up, right? So anytime you're counter trading, you have to have counter trading rules, right? First thing I do is if it goes in profit on a counter trade, I take my stop loss to break even. 100%. Okay. And I think you guys should be doing that too. So you're protected. Just in case it goes back up, you cannot lose any capital. You can lose your profit and learn from it. That's fine. But losing capital is out of the question. Okay. And then there's nothing wrong with taking partials, right? If you want to take 50% of the trade, 80% of the trade, and continue to leave a runner to help you learn what's happening, you can definitely do that as well. But for you to come all the way back down, bearish on a very strong uptrend, it's not easy to do that. There's going to be pullbacks. Like you can see, there was a pullback right there. There was a pullback right there. There was sellers there. Hopefully they pipped and dipped. Otherwise, they either got hit at break even. A lot of traders don't trade these days with break evens. So then I know it went for their stop loss, or they're panicking in drawdown right now. Okay. How many of you guys sold this move right here and are still holding the sell? Be honest with yourself, okay? I'm not doing it to disrespect anybody. I know how it is. There was times where I took a sell and I couldn't get out of it, and now it's all the way up here at the highest point of the day, and I'm praying that it's going to come back down. And the market is squeezing me more and more and more. And then your psychology cannot get you out of the trade because you don't want to take the loss, and you just you're hoping that it will come all the way back down and save you. Okay. You've done that like 5 times. Bills, fear me. I know. I'm a retail trader just like you as well. I know what it's like. Okay. Joseph, slam 5 minis to raise your average. That could backfire big time. Okay, now look. So see, we did not, it was just shy of the highest point of the day. Okay, so that is technically a lower high, and it came down and it closed back below. So look at the volume is below those bodies. Okay, so now we're going to potentially trade back into this little consolidated area. Okay, so you see it's black coming down, but maybe it's going to consolidate here and go through. Okay, so let's continue. This is an interesting area where we're trading at right now. And then let's add some indicators as well. Sorry. This is the 9 EMA, this green line. We are well above the 9 EMA, so it's bullish on the short term. Okay, we haven't closed below the 9 EMA. See how many times we've touched the 9 EMA. See how many times we've touched it and bounced right off of it. Okay, so the 9 EMA is still holding. It is technically still bullish. The 200 EMA is right down here. So you see when it dropped, it hit that 200 EMA. And now the 200 EMA is right at our hourly support. Maybe it's going to come right up to our daily yellow line. So whenever I have confluence, if the market comes down to a nice discounted buy and like the 200 EMA is right there, then that gives me confluence. That gives me added confirmation to go ahead and take that buy. Because not only do I have my daily point of interest, I also have like a 200 EMA there. So that strengthens my decision to potentially take that buy. Okay. If we add our SST daily bar indicator, this is the daily candle, right? So this little cell is the wick of the daily so far. Okay. This is our daily candle. Remember where it opened? The low right there, that's where we opened, has a low and this full bullish volume. And right now we're trading at the double top of these 5 minutes at the highest point of the day. And that's what's creating the daily wick so far. Okay. So you got to understand, if it comes down to this white line, like that's a nice 100 pip, 150 pip scalp down there. You got to understand that this daily candle is strong. It might have buyers waiting right here. At the yellow line is a strong daily point of interest. Again, back at that white line, there's the 200 EMA and that 4,050. So I'm going to write on here. Okay. So everyone knows that this is a potential buy zone. Okay, I'll even write it on here. We'll make it green and we'll write in it. Okay, I'm a visual person. I like writing. I like to know what I'm doing. Okay, this is a possible buy zone. And we have multiple confluences there. We've got a nice psychological number, 4,050. It's a good hourly support. That's where they grabbed the liquidity, where it bounced off, and we've respected it and drove, and we haven't came back to pull back to it. Our 200 EMA is there, okay? So when it gets down there, if it does, you know, I don't think it's just going to be a straight black move coming right down there, and that's where it could bounce, right? If it closes below there, okay, then it proves to me it's not a possible buy zone. Closes below, I flip it red, and then maybe we'll sell back down there. Then the yellow line is the bigger buy zone, okay? But for now, what I'm seeing, if it comes down here, I potentially will entertain a buy down there. And I have to wait for the market to come down there, obviously, right? That's the patience and discipline in trading. A lot of traders don't understand yet. And it took me years to figure that out as well. And this alert lasts all day, right? I can place it. Maybe it comes down in the Asian session, but that it comes down there slowly, goes on, and then gets down there. Again, I'm going to get alert, and I watch that zone for a potential buy. Okay, now let's see. Now we got a big bearish candle coming down. We're going into 1145, okay? So you see the double top is technically holding up. Is this going to be a candle that closes below this structure? It could be, we measure it 50%, maybe it comes in here and then gets that next selling pressure coming down. Okay, it's closing in 10 seconds. So as soon as it closes, I'm going to cut this black candle in half. Freestyle, not using a Fibonacci, okay? There's the close. Cut it in half, right in that zone. It's got a very, very, very tiny wick, okay? So if a black candle opens up or it gets rejected, it has a high probability of filling that wick and continuing to drive down to this right here, this point, 4,073 and a quarter. Right here, exactly. Why? Because that's where that bullish ignited candle started, and there's a wick there, which was previous resistance, okay? So now it's coming down. I think the neckline will be here, where it could potentially bounce off of that and come up, okay? So now it is coming down. Should we sell right now? I want to see if it will come back into here. If buyers will buy this and come back in, and then it's a lower high or back in the red zone, then it drops with bigger offers, okay? If you're looking to take this, it could be just a short scalp off this candle right down to there for, I don't know, what is it? Measuring from down here to there, 20 pips, 20 to 25 pips. But that was how to position yourself to maybe potentially look for a better sell, a better counter trade than just trade this garbage, than just trade this, right? You're at the highest point of the day and it's a double top with the 5-minute RSI being overbought, okay? So those things all add up. Does that help you guys understand the condition where we are, like where we're trading right now? Maybe we'll consolidate here for a little bit. Maybe it might go back up, break through here. But now the buyers, they got to get to 50% of that big black candle. They got to get back to the opening price up here. You know, there's a little bit of resistance that's being established right now. Will it fall? I don't know. You know, will it fall? Like, looks like it wants to, but Donald Trump is still talking, okay? Trump on Iran, we're not finished at all, okay? So this is coming down while Donald Trump is talking right now with the Lebanese president at the White House. And I always ask myself, how does Donald Trump talk with the Lebanese president at the White House at the highest point of the day of gold at the double top? How? Is it planned perfectly? Like when we're just looking at patterns, that's a nice pattern to sell, the second leg. And it's just right when Donald Trump meets with the Lebanese president to talk at the White House. It's just like putting the pieces of the puzzle together. And if you guys want a signal service, Donald Trump is opening up his own signal service. It only costs you $100,000 per month, and he's opening it up to banks and financial institutions, hedge funds, the rich elite who control the markets. They can buy in for $100,000 a month, and whenever he's going to move the markets, he'll let them know. It's unbelievable. I'm not making this shit up. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. So guys, if you got $100,000 lying around and you want the best signal service, go with Donald Trump. Okay, so remember what I had put this red line right here? That's where this big bullish ignited candle started at 11:15. Okay, so maybe this will be where there's support. If it comes down to the white line, again, white line is hourly, stronger down there. Cousin, am I going to buy Trump signals? No, I don't trust that guy. That guy's a scammer. He's so corrupt. He'll take your $100,000 and you won't even get a signal. I don't want anything to do with that man. Okay, so it's still coming down bearish. Look at where it's going to close. Watch. If it closes below that red line could be resistance to continue to come down. Okay, so look, it closed right at it. Open bullish ignited right away. Okay, notice how this candle opened. See the support where that bullish ignited candle opened? This one too. Okay, so did we find now where the support is? Okay, will this hold? Remember, buyers got to continue to engulf this candle, hold here. It could be a lower high, and then they continue to push this down, okay? But did you see, guys, for reference, okay, this red line where this bullish ignited candle opened at 11:15, look at how this bearish 3-bar leg came down, closed right there, and look at where this bullish ignited candle opened, right exactly at this red line, 4,073, okay? So now it's holding. Okay, we found our initial support, but we got to see, will it continue to fill that wick? Will it get back up here? Will these sellers push this volume back down and then we come down and find bigger support at the hourly? Or is this where it's going to consolidate for the next leg to come back up? Maybe test these highs, maybe again to today's daily high and maybe even break out bullish. Okay, so but do you see how you can just analyze this? This is where that bullish ignited candle started, and that's where that big wick got rejected. Okay. And if you want to see on the 1 minutes, like look, even on the 1 minutes, that 1 minute, 11:15, there's your bullish ignited candle. On this 1 minute right there, 10:30, notice the times. That's where it got rejected and came down. So on these 1 minutes, it has not retraced all the way back down until right there at 11:50. And that's where that bullish ignited candle started right there, okay? So we're going to do Friday a 1 minute session. Okay, 3 more minutes for this bar to close. And if you potentially sold that leg down, okay, that's a great sell. You got 3 nice bearish candles. But again, you're coming into a support, okay? So even if you sold that, guys, that's almost 100 pips, right? But you got to know you're coming into buyers who are patiently waiting for some pullbacks. And there's where that pullback, that's where those buyers came right in. Husky, welcome. Thanks, bro. Guys, Husky is here. Husky Trading, Amrit. I'm going to his wedding, August. It's going to be a great time. Can't wait for that. Okay, so question I have. If anybody sold this leg, do you guys know why the support is coming in here? Maybe it was a good idea to, take some profit out. If anybody bought this, it's a great move to buy right there, okay? But I want to see how strong this move is. If it comes down there, again, we could be buying off of this red line if it comes back down here. The hourly is stronger down in here, but it hasn't came down there yet. And US30 is still pushing up there. I'll do US30 just after 12 p.m. Okay, we're about 5 minutes away from 12. Let's just watch how gold closes here. Okay, and if we want to see any remarks on Trump here, okay, here's some. Here are all the remarks on Financial Juice. Um, Israel is in the process of withdrawing from Lebanon. Yeah, right. And is in the process of redeploying other sections. The UK won't issue war bonds to Trump on Israel. We will be looking at issues in pilot zones. Iran desperately wants to meet. Iran wants to meet. We have no interest. I have no interest in meeting Iran until they are ready. Holy shit, Trump talking here. Trump, nobody gets through the blockade. Trump, I would speak to Hezbollah. Trump, we're not finished at all with Iran. We're not leaving right now. We have had a big impact on Iran. We'll hit any site that Iran is thinking about for nuclear operations. Trump asked on Canada tariffs. It is not related to the wildfires. It's because they have been tough on our farmers and us. Iran is probably trying to impact the elections with Hormuz. Iran hasn't seen anything yet. We've been nice. Trump will be hitting the Pickaxe Mountain area pretty soon, very heavily. Okay, so this is Donald Trump speaking. Yeah, Donald Trump changing his mind so markets are up and down. Yes, Donald Trump changes his mind every single minute. So that's why you can't take anything he says. I don't know. He just lost the credibility a long time ago. Taco. Yeah, he chickens out. But we'll see. Okay, time will tell. His midterm elections are coming up very soon in November, and his approval rating is not looking good on the polls. I have a lot of American friends. Americans pay taxes, they pay a lot of taxes, and this is what your taxes are paying for. Not for you. Nothing is going on for you. He's getting rid of Medicaid, getting rid of all type of social housing services and shit like that, and funneling here in Canada too. Same shit. We're in the same boat. Funneling all of our tax dollars to foreign countries to fund wars, all kinds of things. I pay taxes here in Canada. Same thing. My taxes do nothing here. They're all going to foreign countries. It's a ridiculous system we got going on, but that's the world we're living in today. UK as well, yeah, pretty much every country, every country. Husky, we keep funding Zelensky, and he just resigned with all of our money. Yeah. Okay, so now you see we found a little bit of barcoding consolidation. Black, blue. Okay, so it came back up to 50% of that black candle, rejection, and we could be coming down black again unless we're holding here. And we're trading right around that 4,075 marker right on here. I'm not in a trade yet. Not in a trade yet. Okay. Still waiting here to see what's developing. Waiting to see if Donald Trump has done his speech, if he's still talking. Yes, guys, if you can leave us a like on the channel, remember, if there's 500 likes, I'll award someone a lucky winner with a one-on-one with myself. Thank you, guys. We just hit 104,000 subscribers. That's amazing. And we've got 600 viewers, so that's great. Does everyone have okay spreads right now? Are they fluctuating? My spread is 0.5. That's where I like to be, right in there. Yes, I do one-on-one trading. I one-on-one training. I love doing one-on-ones. I love getting to meet the snipers and helping them with whatever they need. Okay. And the offer still stands on YouTube. If we ever get 500 likes on one channel, someone lucky will get it. Okay, so we're still holding inside here. Okay, barcoding. Coming down black, blue, black, another blue candle. Okay, so you can see it's kind of stuck right in this little range right here. Okay, so it's consolidating. Black, blue, approaching. If it can push right back up to today's daily high, double top, maybe break and continue driving, or it's just going to consolidate here, more offers, and we're going to break down and come down to this white hourly supporting line around 4,068. So right now, if you kind of want to trap this volume in between these two red lines, that's where gold is trading basically right now. It's not going to stay in this little zone all day today. Okay. It may make an attempt to come back up and test today's daily high, or it's going to push down a little lower, down to this hourly support, maybe find support there and shoot back up, or ultimately come down a little lower to that daily, and maybe that's an A plus setup. That's a good possible buy zone because that's an hourly zone. It's a nice psychological number, 4,050. I've got the 200 EMA in there, so that would be a viable pullback to buy in there. And if you're selling and it comes all the way down there, you have to acknowledge that that's where the buyers could be. Just like yesterday, where I sold it down 100 pips, I closed my trade and Mark bought it right back up and took it up over 100 pips. Okay, so you got to acknowledge also where the buyers and sellers are, whatever position you're in, because you got to make a transaction with those traders. So I know if I'm selling and it comes all the way down there, I got to do something. Otherwise, I'll be watching my profits probably disappear. Okay, so it came up, back down. So we've got a lower high, bearish ignited candle, lower high, right? So there is sellers still here at this double top. What I mean by double top, there was the first big top where we came in just before London. We had our drop and it came all the way, climbed its way all the way back in there. And then just when we started this call here, it attempted to break the daily high, but didn't. Came back. We got a small retracement. And now we're barcoding in here. Black, blue, still building, right? Buyers and sellers. And we might get, you know, a nice little bullish leg coming right back through here. Maybe we can entertain a buy here. And this candle's closing in 60 seconds. Okay, I believe Trump is done speaking. We're in now a new hourly candle. It is noon. Okay, we look at the hour. Okay, so that previous hour, that was that double top, has the wick on that 1 hour. So now the new hour candle started, but again, that's a big drive. You got to continue to backfill that big wick and then take out the daily high. Okay, it could get rejected and come back down. Okay, so this is the start of the new hour right now. And right now it's opening up strong. Okay, it's closing now in 10 seconds. Okay, here's the close. No wick, so it closed right at the high. So now it opened black, might be a small pullback, right? If it comes into 50% of the body, it's right there. We'll just get rid of that line. Okay, maybe we'll have a small shallow pullback and break. Then you can see it's basically at that previous high. Then it will travel right back up to 4,080 for a 25, 30 pip move. Okay, so let's see. It's bearish ignited, so it wants to come down. It's already got a little bit of a wick. Let's see if it will push up and then just turn blue and start to drive. That's where we could potentially look for a buy right off of this candle. Okay, it's still got that black head, still holding. Hasn't came down to test 50% of the body. There's a 9 EMA also in there. It's still holding that bearish ignited head right there at the body in that wick. So it's holding it there. It's got some sellers, and I can tell it's 50% of that big bearish body right there, right? So now it's coming down bearish, bearish, bearish. Let's see what will happen if it gets down to 50% of that big blue candle that started the hourly, okay? So far, this resistance, now it's got a wick. It's holding support. Okay, it's a hanging man candle, remember? Still holding. The first 90 seconds, it's holding. Still holding it. Look at it. Still holding that black head. Anyone want to pay Donald Trump $100,000 and get him to move these markets? How about we all put $5 together? Maybe we can raise $100,000. We can buy these Donald Trump signals for 1 month, and we can make a lot of money with them. We got to be smart, right? We go 24 hours a day for 1 whole month. And then we all retire. Sounds like a good plan to me. If everyone is in, let's do it. Trump is sitting behind you? Okay, tell us, ask him, where's gold moving? Okay, so we got less than 2 minutes to go. You still see it's still holding that bearish ignited head. It came down, retested, came back up, has not turned blue. The candle has not flipped yet. That's interesting, okay? So it came down again, you know, just consolidating in here, right? So this is a tricky area. We're in a tricky area where potentially it could buy and squeeze through here, maybe test that high of the day, or sellers are still holding it down, want to bring it down lower. So we're at a it's not easy. It's a difficult trade here. I'm leaning towards buying, right? Because that's the overall strong trend, but the sellers are still holding it. So if they can bring it down, then it will sell further down, okay? So this candle is dictating a lot. Remember, this is like the opening of noon, the new hourly candle. So it's still technically holding. Trump said it's going back up to 5K. Okay. Okay, then we got to buy then. Okay, now it's flipped blue with 40 seconds to go. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky. It flipped blue now, and there's like 30 seconds to go until the close. So this is where, you know, sometimes you got ants in your pants, and you're like, Ron, it just turned blue. Should I buy it? And then I look, and it's got only 30 seconds. So this is where you got to learn how to maybe hold off. Because if you buy here, it could be then a black candle coming right back down. Okay, even if it turns blue and it goes a little bit, who gives a shit? Let it go. Okay. This is where you got to learn here. Okay. Let's leave it closed. No matter what, let's leave it to close because it's 10 seconds. Like it didn't break early in the first 30 seconds, 1 minute. It took the last 30 seconds. So it's not good to buy. Now you see the sellers are bringing it right back down right into the close. Okay, so now it closed, it opened black again. So the sellers could fill that wick and continue to drop it down lower back into this consolidated box, unless it can hold above the 9 EMA and that blue candle, or consolidate right here and then move blue, short wicks, then we buy the continuation. This could be a bull flag in here. Okay, it's still in here. Wow. There's some strong resistance right here. Right at this 4,078. And you know where we're trading? Right at 50% of this big black candle right there. Like if we were to cut that in half, that's where we are. This black candle that closed below here. This one right here at 1140. Even if I grab my Fibonacci to show you from the opening of that candle to the close, it's right at 50% exactly. Right there. Okay. So we have to invert this candle right here. Wow. It's holding that little flag in there. My God. 4,078. Exactly. 50% of this 1140 candle still holding. Can the buyers continue to build it up and break it through here? Have a little squeeze to that highest point of the day. Okay. Now it's building itself back up. Man, it's hard to say in here. It's hard because it could also sell right back down. Difficult. But you still see like the candles don't lie. It's still holding down below here. Okay. Guys, thank you. We almost have 700 viewers. Awesome, guys. Please, if everyone can hit the like, you know, and subscribe to the channel, we'll get our 500 likes on the stream, and I'll give someone a lucky winner a one-on-one. We'll just randomly choose somebody. I haven't checked the likes on the stream yet, so I don't know. You guys would have to tell me. I'm watching this candle right here. Oh my goodness. I'm the most calmest trader on YouTube. I smoke a lot of weed. It's not a secret. it's not a secret. I smoke a lot of weed. I did the Bob Marley spiritual tour by myself. That was incredible. My third time doing that. Has anyone ever done that? You go up to his grave. It's you have a great time. Okay, guys, it's squeezing through here. So now we got 2 more minutes to go. Okay, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy. Okay, it's in that little bull flag. I know I'm buying on an impulse, right? But I want to see if we can get some blue volume breaking out of here and we can close basically above and flip that red line right here to some support and continue to drive with this bullish volume trending and get back up and test the highest point of the day. So I'm in a buy on gold. I know I'm taking it on impulse, but I'm looking at like this Tetris piece building here, and we got that higher high, but technically I should wait for the candle to close, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm in it right now. My stop loss, okay, this is just standard 1-to-1 how you place it. Where can the stop loss be? It can be all the way below that hourly. I could just be below, the last wick right there. That's a conservative stop loss. You're just below this pivot right here. And then I'm looking to fill that wick, get to today's daily high, and break a little higher. We have our white line measuring all the way up there. That would be like a full TP, but, maybe like halfway, 4,088.90. Okay, so I'm going on the bullish trend today. It's trending. There was that pullback that came down, then it barcoded, and I'm on this little flag pattern to invert this black candle and maybe create some support to continue to go back up. So I'm in a buy, okay, on impulse. Hasn't closed yet until now, until 5 seconds. Here's the close. So here's confirmations. Okay, so it did close. We created a high. We got some bullish volume. Now, if it's just a small pullback, small, tiny wick right there with the red line, we should see it get a wick right now. Excuse me, if it's true support, if it was a resistance turning to true support, we should see a wick right here, right now as I'm speaking. Okay, there's a tiny wick there, but now it's got to flood with that volume, blue volume, and fill that wick and continue to drive up to these bodies. And like right up to those bodies right there. Okay, so you can see it's a doji candle. It's holding a wick right at that red line for the first 45 seconds. Can it continue to hold, or no, we just lost it. So if we lost it, it's going to come down black, black, black. Again, test 50% of the blue volume or where we opened, okay, and then back in that flag. But you still see how it's got that tiny wick still technically holding that 4,078 location. We just need a little bit of volume to come into the market. Show you my position. I'm showing you the position right here. I'm in a buy. How can you not see the position? What's my stop loss and TP? Guys, are you guys not paying attention? Okay, there's this big blue box that's like TP, where profit in a buy, and this shaded area is drawdown and stop loss. I literally just even said where I'm placing it. I verbally said, you guys got to pay attention. Pay attention, okay? It's visual, and I'm saying it, and you can see it. Yeah, so we're trading again right at that red line. Like we have basically no movement. Okay, there's no volume yet. We have a higher low. Okay, we need higher lows in order to continue to build, but we don't have any new higher highs or any nice blue volume breaking through here, squeezing through here. So It's anyone's game in here, right? We're trading at the highest point of the day, the double top on a very, very bullish trending day. So can we continue to get buyers interested to buy and push for a new daily high? Or are sellers going to step in now, see that the buyers are weak, and just bring this thing down? That's another thing. If you're offering and you see that the buyers are weak, like I'm in a buy and I see that the buyers are weak myself, I might even take myself out of this trade if I don't see any movement here, right? Because then offers will come in and then push this thing further down. Then I'm in further drawdown. We're still kind of barcoding in this flag. Blue, black, still inside this. One more minute to go into the close of this candle. Volume has tapered off quite a bit. Here's the close. Okay, so we closed with another wick right at that 90 EMA, closed in the box, right? It's still a bull flag, but we haven't had that bull flag breakout with volume. This is not the traditional volume we're used to with gold, okay? It is mid-afternoon. COMEX is also closing in an hour, and we're trading relatively right close to the highest point of the day. It's a bullish trending day. We had a minor pullback, and I'm trying to continue to buy the trend to continue to break through there. However, there is a wall there of resistance that is not breaking above that 4,078, okay? Some of you guys are leveraging your entire account on this trade. I would say that that's pretty silly. I wouldn't be doing that, but it's your account, your money, your life, your choice. I wouldn't be doing that. Okay, but I'm not going to gamble on this trade. Good luck to you. Probably not a great idea just to go on YouTube, find a random person and bet and leverage your entire account on some stranger. But everyone does their own thing. See, I'm not getting the move I want myself, and as a buyer, I might close my position. Like there's the volume is not there. I've been in this trade now almost 20 minutes, and it's not there. So if it's not there, it might not come in, and then the sellers will just start offering. Then you're gonna see black candles start coming down, and then I'm gonna go further into drawdown. So it's I hate when it trades so tight like this. And it just continues to consolidate like this. And then those big liquidation candles will come out of nowhere, but there's a wick, a wick still holding here, but we don't have that push to squeeze these sellers. It's not there yet. So one more minute. So let's see what type of close we get here. Again, some buyers came in. We got some good blue volume, but we got a job to do. We got to continue to fill some wicks, close above. I want to make 4,078 the supporting level. So we have to close above it by 10 or 20 pips above it. And we're moving into 1230 in the next 5 minutes. So we're going to get a new 30-minute candle as well opening. That's a higher time frame candle. That momentum will come in, and it's tough to say which direction it will go in. So that's why we got to also look at our 30-minute candles. Okay, so we've got 30-minute candle that's came up, it broke up there, came back down, closed. We have a strong open on our 30-minute candle with higher low. We have a big wick to fill to continue to drive up to our daily high in that profit target. But we do have some blue volume that could, engulf the previous 30-minute candle, but it's closing in 5 minutes. So it could easily push down. And then the 30 minutes are barcoding. Blue, black, blue. Next 30 minutes could be black again, unless we can close strong. And then we get a blue 30-minute move coming up. So, man, so tough to say here. It's just hanging around right here. Yeah, I don't like it, guys. I'm going to close it. I'm closing it right there, okay? So I'm closing this. I closed it right there. So I'm taking that loss right there. This trade is closed. I don't like it. There's no buyers, so I took my loss right there. Maybe I'll kick myself after, but that's a 20 pip loss, okay? No big deal. We can make up 20 pips. I just don't like it. We had 20 minutes to break above there. We had that higher high, but the volume never came in. Now it's pushing down, and we're going into the new 30-minute, and then it could be a black move coming down. We could potentially maybe sell it down, make up those 20 pips and sell it down, okay? So I'm out of that, okay? I'm sorry, guys, but that's the way how I trade. I don't like it. Like, as a buyer, I liked it as it was building, but inside here, I don't like it. And going into 1230, I exited the trade. So I took a 20 pip loss, where my original stop loss was below that wick for 60 to 65, 70 pips down there, okay? And now I wait for the new 30 minutes and see what happens. So the buyers never showed me any strength. The sellers showed me more. The buyers had more than enough time to break it through there. They were not there. So I move out of the way. I respect the offers. I respect the sellers, right? Save myself some additional pips of drawdown. I don't know if any of you guys trade like that, but I think you should utilize that in your trading. Just because you take a buy or sell, you don't have to marry the position. You don't have to fall in love with it. If you're seeing that the market is not moving in your favor, then get out of the way. Take a smaller loss, control your ego, and understand that maybe you got to continue to wait, or the opposing side is stronger. Could it come back up? Absolutely. Could I go back in a buy? Yeah, I can. But at that time, going into the new 30-minute candle, the way how things were shaping up, I thought it was best to exit. Take the 20 pip loss and then maybe now consolidate it like this and continue to wait into 1230. US30 is moving nice. Oh man, it is too. Oh man. Maybe tomorrow Simon, we're gonna start charting US30. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, Simon, you just made it where tomorrow we're gonna start with US30 and then we'll do gold, because look at what we got trapped with on gold over here. And it's normally like this in mid-afternoons, okay? So tomorrow, guys, we're going to start off with an index. We're going to start off with US30 analysis. Maybe it moves much better than this shit show we're watching on gold over here. Okay, so here's the close. Closed bearish, came down, closed, right? Now we're moving into a new 30-minute candle. Let's again look at the 30-minute candle. So you see, it's got a wick. It was coming up. Remember when I was in the trade, it was right up here at 4,077. It was blue. And then now we look at the final, came down, got rejected, and closed right there. Now we're opening with a 30-minute bearish candle, potentially in here. Maybe we trade sideways in here. It wouldn't surprise me if we trade sideways in here, going into the COMEX close, accumulation, and a redistribution later on. But it's also at the double top of the 30 minutes, okay? Came in, back down, we're here, right here. So I was attempting to go in that buy to see if we could break out. It's not there. So I exited. And now it could continue to build, all right? If it continues to build, then I got to see the buyers again. Get it and close it back above 4,078, 79, or build its way back up and then break it out. But yeah, lifestyle. Don't fall in love with your position. I see a lot of traders. I used to do that. I used to fall in love with my position no matter what. And even when I knew, like hindsight tells you, it's like you just have a gut feeling. It's not going in your direction, but you continue to hold it. You continue to hold it. You continue to hold it. And I changed my style of trading years ago, where if I don't get the move that I'm looking for, then I might not get it. My journaling told me a lot about that. So then I saved myself some additional pips, right? If I continue to hold it, then potentially I lose 70 pips, right? I lost 20 by cutting it. So I have 50 pips in my pocket that were utilized on this stop loss, that I could use those 50 pips and put it toward getting my 20 pips back, right? I don't know if that makes sense to people, but that's how you become very economical and very frugal with your pips allocated or your percent you're allocating for the day. Be selective, control your ego, and if the market is not giving you your direction or proving to you that the buyers are strong, there's nothing wrong. I took an L, yes. Announce it in the chat. I don't give a shit. I took an L, but it's a responsible L. 20 pips is fuck all for gold. I just want to make that clear to everybody. 20 pips is fuck all. Some of your spreads are 20 pips. Like I just want to make that clear. Normally when we're trading gold on 5 minutes, it wouldn't be surprised for a 100 pip candle, okay? 100. We've seen 200, 300 pip candles. So 20 pips is nothing in today's market. I just want to make that clear to everybody. I don't even consider like 20 pips to be a loss, because we can scalp one candle and make 20 pips. We'll do that on Friday. I'll show you that on Friday. God, gold is horrible. Okay, so while gold is in here, let's do Dow. Man, it's beautiful. Miss Jones is just breaking out. Okay, let's do quick top down on Dow. Okay, look at it, very bullish today. Sexy. How far are we from the all-time high on Dow? Here it is. Okay, do we have some levels of interest right here? There was a pivot right over here. Okay, now we're above it. Okay, what's our next pivot on the daily? Right up here, where those daily candles right there, body, and just wicks. Okay, so following today's, we had a 3-day downtrend starting last week on Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Notice today, we opened right there. It was initially bearish. Look at the higher low today. Did the sellers do their job today? No. They tried early, but they did not fill yesterday's wick and continue pushing it down. There's a clear example of how it came down. Higher low, the buyers protected it. Then we have the bullish move. Did it come up to the point of interest of yesterday's open? Yes. Have we got above it? Yes. Are we doing our job today, continuing to backfill yesterday's high? Well, it's right there. 52,437. We're at 366. Okay, so we're, I don't know, 50, 60 pips away from filling and driving. If we fill and drive, where could we go? Like a magnet back up to Friday's opening price, 52,530. So very bullish today, but it's still trending down, right? You got lower highs, push down. It could come up and then go back down, right? So let's go on the hour. Let's see where did all of this volume come in? It came in right here. Wall Street, it came up, back down, closed, spin top. 10 a.m. broke out impulsively, came back down, closed strong. Hourly came back down, we're still holding, did its job, filled high right there. Now we're opening this hour ignited, bullish ignited on the hour right here. Very strong. So we want to continue to drive up to this point right here. See where the hourly bodies are? Right there, body, and there's a wick and a wick to that daily. That's your red zone right there. I can see right there, it got rejected on the hourly. Back over here, this was Friday at 1 p.m. Then right there, it got rejected again, Monday, 7 a.m. That's where we got rejected Monday, Wall Street. And now we're driving right back into it right now, okay? So you can still see, it got rejected there, rejected there, rejected there, but we're very strong coming back up into that zone right there, okay? On the 5 minutes, here it is. You can see how Wall Street market opened. There's 930, 935, came down. There's a nice drop, guys. Look at it, 945. See the bullish ignited candle came up? Look at it, black, right back down to that yellow line right there. Even these 5-minute candles tell you, ignited, there's the pivot, beautiful. Even if you didn't buy this, you could have bought the extension right here, and then you're in the money. It pulled back where? Into, are we above 50% of this structural candle at 10 a.m.? We still are. Is there a point of control of this? Yes. Why am I picking this one? Because it broke the structure and closed above everything. Okay. So grab your Fibonacci, opening price, closing price. See, the red line is 50%, but I want my buffer zone. I want my point of control. It's right there. Make it green. Stretch it into the future. This could be a potential pullback buy, right? If Dow pulls back, look, we're all the way up here. Okay. But that's a potential buy zone right here. I'm adding an alert at this red line. Maybe I'll get it later tonight at some time. Who knows? But if it comes back down black, there's your hourly support. We could buy off this white line. The daily obviously is better, the yellow line. But now we're trading all the way where it got rejected here. You can look on the 5 minutes. Came in there, rejected on Friday. It came in there Monday, just before 8 a.m., rejected. There was the big massive wick at Wall Street yesterday that came back down. We're retracing all the way back into there. RSI is oversold, so we should technically see some selling pressure, or we're going to see a squeeze breaking right through here, okay? So Dow, wow, very strong, above the 9 EMA. 200 EMA. Look at where the 200 EMA is. Right in that point of control. That's what I'm saying. That's a viable, possible buy zone right there, okay? But it's nowhere near that, so you got to continue to wait. And the daily candle, look how strong it is, right at the highest point of the day. Gold, okay, so gold now did something. Okay, so you see, if I was still in that trade, I would have been stopped out. My stop loss was just below that wick. So looking back at this, I'm happy I took my 20 pip stop, because now I would have been down 70 pips, right? So some of you guys are saying, why did you get out? Why did you get out? I explained it clearly. If you guys were paying attention, I saw that the buyers were not present. They weren't showing me any strength. So I get out of the way. The seller, just like if a seller, if you know that the buyers are not strong, the sellers are going to offer more to push it down. They're trying to sell the market down, right? Now it came down, okay, swept that liquidity. Could have potentially been my stop loss. And now it could come back up, close. Maybe the next leg could be the blue leg. Okay, it's still in an uptrend, right? But now there was a sweep of liquidity. Sweep of liquidity doesn't always have to be daily or London volume. It can be 5-minute liquidity right there. Stops for 5-minute traders who are buying this move. Stops were probably potentially below this pivot, right? Does any of this make sense or no? I'm talking to myself over here. It's like I'm educating myself every day here. Now we watch how this bar will close. It's coming up with a wick. Still like got that black volume hanging man candle, right? So if it comes back down black, 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 it's got to continue to fill this wick. However, if it comes down a little bit, might get a higher low and continue to go back up, right? So remember those 50 pips that I left on, that I saved in my pocket, that I would potentially would have been stopped out. Now I can place those 50 pips at a better location down here to get my 20 pips back. But I could buy at a better location, a discounted buy, if I'm still on the direction of buying. Bruce, yeah, we'll do Dow tomorrow morning. First thing, guys. Okay, so we're not normally on all of these calls, I always start with gold. But tomorrow we're going to do Dow. We're going to start off. Maybe that's what we do the entire rest of the week. We do Dow, and then we'll do gold. Because gold at this time is traditionally very, very difficult to trade. Very tough, consolidated, choppy, sideways, right? No direction. And sometimes the indices are moving really, really well at this time. Okay, so you see also with the Dow, there's a pause of momentum, pause of buying right now at the highest point of the day, right? And this zone is telling us in the past, there's been some heavy selling pressure, okay? So right now, it technically is pushing down. I have a fixed spread with Dow with my broker of 1.2 pips. Fixed spread across the board, okay? But no commission. That's why I like scalping Dow Jones more so than scalping gold. Because with this security, I do not pay any commissions, okay? So commissions is another way. There are expenses in trading that cost you money out of your pocket, right? If you add up all of your gold trades, there's commissions. If you add up all your index trading, no commissions, right? Those are money out of your pocket. If you make $100 trading gold, let's say, for example, and you paid $10 in commission, right? You only made 90 bucks. If you made $100 with Dow and no commissions, you actually made $100 with Dow. That's 10 extra bucks in your pocket as opposed to your broker. Told you, you got to be selective as a trader, right? And in my opinion, Dow or index, S&P 500, NASDAQ, trade cleaner than gold. In my opinion, okay? Remember, my opinion means nothing. That's just my opinion. This security trades much cleaner than this security. Is it time to short gold? Yeah, you could, but I would wait for this bar to close to see if it will close below all of this structure. And then you already had the damage of that wick coming down, and it could drop even further. Then this is now an hourly support, this white line, okay? When we were trading in here, we were just trading in this 5-minute zone, which means not too much, okay? But these are higher time frames. That's an hourly support. That's a daily point of interest. And then that's that big possible buy zone down there we were talking about, if it gets down there, okay? Okay, so what can we see on the Dow? Back trading over here, okay? This big candle, okay, if we cut that in half, right? That's where there was a wick, a wick, a wick. That's the Wall Street breakout, okay? So we'll kind of let that one happen, but also there was a wick. So this level, 52,335, that's where it was a resistance. You can look at that like as a shoal ahead. That was the liquidity grab, and then that's where they slammed it down. So right now, relative to where we're trading on Dow, see the red line? It's acting as support now, and the 9 EMA is right at that red line. So I would let it consolidate right here. Figure out what's going to happen here. It could sell, but come down here, catch some buyers, and go back up. If we can close below this, then we might get some further selling pressure on Dow, similar to like what gold is doing. Okay, so gold has now closed below, came back up to retest, and could push back down to that white line. If it continues to push down, if you're in sells, like an additional sell down there, it's about 30 to 40 pips down there. But then you can see there, that's where it gained a lot of support. Okay, so it could come down there. If you're potentially looking for buying, maybe down to this white line. If you're still selling, just pay attention to what happens down here if it gets down there, okay? So now we got a little bit of a trend coming down. Where it missed today's high, came up. That's why I was testing that buy to break out. Didn't happen, it got out. And now it's coming back down, okay? So if it comes down there, again, it could bounce back up. It could be that level to take it back down. Okay, and then you can see now the buyers are getting a little weak on the Dow up here. Okay, we got the bearish candle. Man, I really want to trade Dow right now. It's new 15-minute candle. Let's see the 15-minute time frame as well. Okay, so 15 right here, 11, 12, 15, strong 15-minute candle. We had that inside candle right here, and now we're kind of consolidating on the 15 minutes. Are we going to get a little market cool off going into 1 p.m. here? Just at noon, Trump announces a trade deal with Jordan. Okay, and guys, some signals that were sent out today. Okay, there was a short on gold that hit 150 pips today earlier, And also on the index, I believe they've sent out a signal on indices, which got choppy, but you know, the zones, we look for volume to close above or below, and you can utilize those over and over and over as static levels if you choose to. If not, no issues. And then maybe the hourly on US30 shows a clearer picture, okay? So very strong hour coming in, closing in 11 minutes. But this is where it got rejected. Monday, 7 a.m., big bearish candle. Then remember that big wick at Wall Street. Basically, the first couple minutes of Wall Street came up, got rejected hard and sold off. And it's coming all the way right back into that location, okay? So definitely it could retrace back down a little bit, but then continue to move back up and break this area sometime today, maybe tomorrow, or the selling pressure will push this move back down. Okay. So it's just in this flag right in here where blue, black, and we can wait 30 more seconds to go into the close of this candle. Okay, so gold came down right here, almost to the white line. It's got a wick coming back up. We'll see if the blue volume can come back into the zone. Maybe can go into one, might have a bullish leg to continue to come back up, or we're going to see it further push down. Okay, so I'm going to wait and see a couple closures here. So there's the close, bullish pin bar, still below this level. So still technically sellers are in control of this leg coming down. And we have a bearish engulfed 5-minute candle, but it's not like a structural candle at an important zone. It's just barcoding. Blue, black, blue, black. Yes, it is an engulfing candle, but there's context to where these things are created. So it could just continue to trade sideways in here. But the next candle opened with the bearish ignited head. Okay, and now it flipped back into blue here. I don't take a trade. I did take a trade, yes, and I got out. Am I looking for another trade? Yes. I feel like lots of you guys do not pay attention. So not all of you guys. Again, just a few of you guys. I find like I'm repeating the same stuff over and over and over. What do you guys think on Dow? What do you guys think is going to happen here going into the new hour? Even if you're not trading it, okay, just look at the structure of what you're seeing right now. Okay, forget about what the security is. Just look at the price action. What do you guys think in this situation? Do you guys think it's like a continued bullish flag that's going to continue to break out, or we're going to get some selling pressure here, similar to what we see like on gold over here, where it was trading and then got some selling pressure, and now it could be technically coming right back up? Okay. You guys think selling on Dow? Just got to be careful, okay? Because look at now that this is the type of candle I wanted to see on gold. You know, when I was in that trade, a nice bullish one breaking through here like this, but it wasn't there. Flag continue bullish, Bruce? Yep, potentially. So our next big level is this yellow line at the daily point of interest. 52,437. And then if you look closely, when it was trading in here, there's a body and a body and a little bit of structure. And look at the number, 52,400 right there, okay? So right there was a lot of structure. Then that Wall Street wick yesterday took all that out. So if it trades right there, there's that red line, okay? We've got to watch that as well. Wow, Micron Technology is up 13% right now at $980 a share. So we're going into some tech earnings this week and next week. And we're going to see how AI, the chips, the semiconductors are playing out, if it's hype or if it's for real. A lot of your big name securities will be reporting, okay? So that affects your S&P 500, that affects your NASDAQ, that affects your Dow Jones. Gold is really tough to trade. I agree with you. I agree. It is very difficult to trade. And when we know that, then think about if you over leverage. When you already are saying gold is difficult to trade, and we've got traders leveraging their entire accounts on trading gold. So that's why it's very, very stupid to do that. So when you know a security is difficult to trade, it should just be common sense to lower your risk. If you make a mistake, you can easily get out of it with a minimal loss. Like me, I got out of that trade and I lost 20 pips as opposed to losing over 70, okay? Because it's difficult to trade these conditions. It's not easy. Yeah, Dow was strong. Just unbelievable. Just it's a bull right now. It's just driving right through all of this. So if you guys bought lower, right? You know, the buys were down here, 10 a.m., right? I don't want to buy the highest point of the day now. It just makes no sense. So I'm going to wait for pullbacks. And we're going into 1 p.m. So 1 p.m., again, momentum changes, everything changes. New hourly traders enter the market, algorithms start moving. We're at a new hour of the day. The direction, the sentiment, the momentum can change, okay? So just keep that in mind. We're 4 minutes away from a new hour. So gold has been in a little bit of a downtrend since right here. Is it in a downtrend? No. Like look at today's daily candle, okay? So I just want to make this clear to everybody. This is the daily candle. It is absolutely bullish. All this move right here is produced this wick on this daily candle so far. It could easily find some support and come right back up, okay? So, or will it sell down to these lower levels? The overall trend of gold is bullish. This, what we're looking at since 1130, is bearish, where it made that lower low, lower high, and this lower low, okay? But the overall trend is bullish. Just want to make that clear to everybody. The overall trend on the Dow is absolutely bullish. Like, look at this thing, okay? We're trading at the highest point of the day. So it's not easy to sell that. Like you can see, there was a seller there, and it came right back up. Now we got to see at 1 p.m. Buyers or sellers coming into the markets for these two securities. And then tomorrow, guys, if you're going to join us, 11 a.m., right after Dave. Dave does his New York sessions from 8 to 10 a.m., where he does COMEX and Wall Street. We'll be coming in post after a little bit of a break, and 11 a.m. And tomorrow, guys, we are starting with Dow Jones. US30 right away will be our first top-down chart, and then we'll do gold after, okay? And Friday, we're going to do some 1-minute analysis, 1-minute scalping, maybe some 1-minute trading if something is available, and we're going to do our thing. So country cousin, is that not a double top which you usually look for on gold? Yeah, like this overall picture. Yeah, I stated that at the beginning. That was the one top. There's the big neckline, like right there, that possible buy zone. And that was the start of the second top coming down. Yeah. Yeah. So, but it could further push down to that hourly white line, 4,068. It could push down to that daily point of interest. There'll be a higher low there at 4,060. However, but if it gets there, that's 4,052. That's like prime time buying, and then maybe go back up. So that's a possible buy zone. I have an alert waiting in there. I don't think I'm going to get it on this call, but later on today, maybe, right? That's what alerts are for. They're for later times. Bruno, the EMA on my chart is SMA, or it's EMA, all EMAs, exponential moving average. Yeah, that's the ones I use are all EMAs, EMA 9, EMA 200. Okay, so did they pin it right at that red line up there? Look at the Dow, okay? Remember that? There's those bodies, that red line, 52,400. So maybe we got it pinned now going into 1 p.m. Let's watch, okay? This is interesting. It came right up to that red line. They pinned it, okay? So you see the wick now pushing down. We have 15 seconds going to close. Will this start some selling pressure going into the new hourly candle on Dow? Potentially, maybe not. Let's see. Okay, so there's the close. Open blue, blue ignited. So you guys know blue wants to continue to push up. However, if it gets rejected, small wick, it could be black, 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 coming back down to these bodies right here. But it's holding bullish ignited. So remember, the bullish candle has a job to continue backfill that wick and take out that red line. If it's a lower high, we're going to lose this blue volume. Then it flips black, and that could be a potential sell position starting at 1 p.m. where they've pinned it so far, where this candle opened bullish ignited strong right at the open, still holding. But again, it's showing lack of buyers up here. Okay, just like that gold. Okay, so it's still holding that bullish ignited open. We're trading right at 52,375 here. If it loses it, then it could push back down to 354. Okay, there's the loss. I'm going to go into sell here. Okay, so I'm going to sell because they pinned it. It was bullish ignited, couldn't break, fill that wick, turned, small wick. Now I'm looking to see if it will fill back down to this supporting level where all these bodies are in the 9 EMA. Right down there, okay? Stop loss placement. I'm going to place my stop just above that yellow daily point of interest. I'm looking for a shooting star candle to come down, test down in here, maybe break a little further. So I'm going to sell on US30 at the technical highest point of the day, but to see if this 1 p.m. volume, where they've pinned it so far, at a previous location, right over here on Monday, where those bodies were, and in the Wall Street grab, now I'm seeing if it will come down. Remember, I'm not looking to short gold or Dow all the way down to the all-time low. Just want to see if it will come retrace down into here, break this, maybe drop a little further down, similar to gold, how it came down and then broke and dropped a little further, okay? So I'm going to sell on US30. I'll measure everything for you. Okay, so to come down to that red line is 20 pips, right? 25. And if we can get it down to maybe 50% of this blue body, we were talking about 40 pips down there. And we got 2 more minutes to go on this body to close. It would be really nice if it can close below all this structure. But I know we're testing into 50% of this blue candle, which could find support and come back up, right? So we got to watch and see. We got a good lower high. They pinned it right at that red line, right where I wanted it, right at those bodies. Now it's a good drop, right? but I know I'm counter trading. Okay, so I need a good solid close. $90 more seconds to go. There's a lot of room for just a minor retracement to come down for 50, 60, 70 pips down in here. There's a lot, but when it gets down, right, you're going against a big bullish hourly candle, okay? So that pin location is critical on why I took this sell going into the hour. So when I break that down, for those that are paying attention, that's exactly why. Now we got 40 seconds. I've just made up my 20 pips that I lost on gold. I could close the trade right now and get my 20 pips back on gold, right? Like that. That's what I mean. You got to be smart with how you allocate your pips. You lose a little, but you can pick it up quickly. And then if I want to end this trade, I'm back at a break even. But I want to play this thing out, see what it's doing. Because 20 pips was not a big loss. It's different if I lost 200 and I regained 200 pips. That was so clean. God, I love Miss Jones. So clean, so technical. Gold is so much head games. Okay, so we closed right near the low. We got a bearish candle. So we got these tiny, tiny, tiny wicks, like just to fill right here. I know the market is not going to allow us to fill those because that's how it works here. Just that wick, and this wick, and the 200 EMA. Now watch, you're probably going to see an explosive blue candle come out of the gate here. But when it's coming up, remember, we got now some protection of this black volume by cutting it in half. So if it comes back up, maybe we'll get a wick. I hope it doesn't come up. I hope we can just get shallow right now and then just break and drop down and get down to potentially where this bullish ignited 5-minute body started right here at 1225. And that would be a good 50, 55, 60 pip move. But look at how that support is holding right there. Man. It's nasty the way how things work in these markets, but markets are very, very technical. What is gold doing? Gold is still breaking down. We've got to get buyers to come back into the zone to bring it back up. Otherwise, it's still going to push down, okay? We got a nice bearish doji candle, but again, where are the sellers? Why are they not bidding below 350? We're trading right at that psychological level. Okay, so I only have about like 5-10 more minutes on this call. I'm just going to reduce my risk right just above this bearish candle wick, okay? Just reducing my risk. I still have a little bit of drawdown that I can incur, but it's 10 pips, okay? So if I get stopped out, I get stopped out of 10 pips. You can keep your stop loss if you like it up there. I'm just reducing it on this call because I'm going to end the call in like 5-10 minutes. So I want to see if we can continue breakdown, but if it comes up and stops me out, 10 pips, I can live with that. Okay, so now we're coming up, testing approximately 50% of that bearish volume in that black candle, right? So it's testing exactly 50% now, okay? So can we hold this blue volume down? If it closes above or pushes above, the next bar could be blue and coming right back up, okay? So just verbally telling you guys, I have a 10 pip stop loss just above that black candle wick that started this entire move at 1 p.m. If you guys think 10 pip stop loss is a lot, then I don't know what to tell you. And we're going into the close, last 20 seconds. So this will show who has the momentum going into the close, which could carry the momentum into the next bar. Okay, so far we got a good rejection. Still got that bullish volume that we couldn't break. I told you, that wick, that wick, that wick, that wick. Markets are very funny. But we've exhausted it right into the close, but they're still holding a little bit of bullish volume. Notice the candle open bearish ignited. So this is the push down we need right now. Break that and start to drop down a little further. So we've got our push down. See the momentum on that wick going into the close, and see how it carried over into the next bar where it opened bearish ignited and started dropping, breaking the new low. That's what you want to spot in technical analysis and price action. If you can spot this in 1 minute, right, price action, you can scalp for 10, 15, 20 pips, no problem. Not for 200, 300, 500 pips, but same situation. If you're a swing trader, you want to look at that momentum. If you're selling on a 4-hour candle, you want to see in the close of the 4-hour candle pushing down, then the next 4-hour candle could open exactly like that, bearish and push down, right? So it is in profit right now, about approximately 40 pips down there. So if I wanted to close this entire trade, I could make my 20 pips I lost on gold and make an additional 20 pips right here and walk away, right? But could be looking for a move to come down and trade at that bullish ignited candle, right? I don't have too much risk on this trade. It's only a 10 pip risk. I could be at a break even if I like, right? And have, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk myself into this. I'm at a break even now. So I cannot lose anything. All I'm playing with now is my profit, okay? So this is the easiest trade to manage. It's risk-free, right? You've now controlled all your emotions. No one should be panicking when you're at a break even, right? Now we got to protect our profit. We got to do this smart. Because if this candle closes below this red line, we could make this minor resistance where it was support, support, support. It could be resistance to get us our further fall down and test this bullish ignited candle. And then that's a better drop, 50, 60 pips. Then it's worthwhile that we could scale out a little bit. Because understand, we're still counter trading. We're still counter trading. So that's why I've reduced my risk to break even, because it could easily come right back up blue and break out of here. Right? That's why I don't want any stop loss, no risk. Do you guys understand that? Does that make sense to you guys? If you don't understand risk management, then forget about learning price action. Because price action is not going to help you when you don't know risk management. And you see, we basically traded into 50% of that bullish candle. And that's where that support is. Right there. That's why I like cutting candles in half, right? Okay, so we're still holding our bearish ignited head. It's a hanging man candle. It got right off the 50% support. You see where the wick was created. I'm not making this up. It's right there. And then the candle started pushing up. We still have our bearish ignited head that tried to push it down, but the buyers are rejecting and pushing up. So, you know, this is a battle now between these buyers and sellers to hold Dow from breaking down. And they're doing it. They're holding it back up. So this is where we might lose our ignited head, and then the candle flips blue. And you guys know when it flips blue, it wants to continue to backfill the wick, but then we got to look for a lower high. So far it's still holding this ignited head. So you see how strong that selling pressure is at this opening price, at this 356 level, still holding this candle down. See how strong that selling pressure is right on the top of that candle? So if they can bring this back down and close it strong, we could get maybe another push down. But these buyers are relentless here, holding this up. Guys, so I'm going to be wrapping up this call, but I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed to today's session. Hit that notification bell, hit the likes, right? And join us tomorrow where we're going to open up with an analysis on Dow and then get into gold. Join Dave, where he does morning sessions in COMEX and Wall Street, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, by joining the team, stocksnipertrading.com, free blogs, education, live trading and analysis with Coach Dave, free Telegram channel pinned at the top of YouTube for all of you guys. Again, we gave a giveaway. Congratulations to Hassan Shenga. If you can email us, and you're the winner of 1 month premium plan with SST and also 1 month of the AI trade ideas. So congratulations to you, and join this free Telegram so you can be part of the giveaways as well, guys. See, gold is still very choppy. Dow, okay, so Dow, look how it closed. We got a nice close below this. See the red line now? We could utilize the red line as resistance going into right now, like momentarily. See how it was support, support, support. We got a black bar that pushed down, closed. So now it's coming right up to the red line. Let's see if it gets rejected there with a wick. Our 9 EMA is there too for confluence. There's the rejection. Perfect. Now we got our black volume coming down to the opening balance. So we got to continue to do our job, fill that wick and drop a little further and break this 50% blue candle right here. It's not easy to break this, but we just did it. See the retest? The red line. Look, guys, how red line turns from support, support, support. A black bar confirms the close below. Now it's resistance, and now we're getting some money. Right there, 45 pips. Let's get it down to a nice whole number, 50, maybe down to that ignited. Perfect, guys. So I've made up my loss and some money by using proper risk management on this call. Guys, this is a good class for any beginner. I wasn't gambling. I was trading with proper risk management. The buy, I told you, I was looking for that buy, but I saw that the buyers tapered off, so I exited, lost 20 pips, where it could have potentially hit my stop loss. I don't trade with ego. I trade with following what the market conditions are doing, okay? And now we got good Dow Jones. Oh, Bruce, Simon, look at Miss Jones, okay? I'm going to clear out 80% down there because I've made some money. And I'm going to leave a runner. So I'm clearing right there. 52,315 filled, closed position. Perfect. Out. 60 pips. So there we go, guys. And it all started 1 p.m. This right here, 1255 candle. Review this, everybody. Why did I mark this red line? Look backwards right here. I told you guys, okay? I give you guys my thought process and my analysis, okay? And for some of you guys that are not learning, I don't know how else to teach you. I'm lost for words myself. Right there. There was the bodies. There was Monday's Wall Street liquidity 1 minute grab and rejected. And look at how we naturally came right back. They pinned it. I specifically, I know the words I use, guys. I said they pinned it right there at that red line. It came down. We opened at 1 p.m. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Rejected right there. I took the sell on impulse, on intuition. Okay, and Phil, and now you see what's going on. Now it's dropping, dropping, dropping. Okay, I got a runner, but you guys, got to do what you got to do. Manage your trade. We managed the risk where we brought it down, where it was down there. We brought our stop loss from above that pinned wick to 10 pips of drawdown. If we would have lost 10 pips. But look at the risk to reward now. Okay. That's a solid trade, in my opinion. Whether you like it or not, that's a solid trade. I'm not saying it because it's just the setup. The setup was so clean. That's what I mean. I mean, not just because we took it, but the pin, the close, the open at 1 p.m., the redistribution at the new hour. That's what I continue to talk about every single day, guys. How momentum can switch at the hour after they manipulate a move and they pin it. Perfect. And look at the psychological pin. 52,400 on the dot. Okay. You guys know me. I talk about psychological numbers in the markets. Okay. So please, guys, if that can earn a like on today's call, remember what I said. If there's 500 likes, I'll review it after. A lucky winner is going to win a one-on-one. We can discuss all these things. And thank you to those that subscribed. Join us tomorrow. If you subscribe, I promise you, you will become a better trader. You'll learn more about risk management. You'll learn more about price action. You'll learn all about discipline. You'll learn about how to come off a losing day, how to overcome revenge trading, how to not gamble. If you need that little voice in the back of your head every single day, we are here for you, okay? We've been through what you guys are going through, and we understand what it is to be a trader and do this every single day, and a little experience helps as well. Okay, guys? Thank you guys so much. It was an awesome call, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Please, if you can, hit the likes, subscribe to the channel, let your runners run, and tomorrow we're starting off with US30 for this specific reason. Look how clean it is. 70 pip drop, maybe even more. Okay, guys? And then just lower the red line, bring it to represent 50% of this candle. If it comes back up blue, 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 it could get rejected and continue to go down. Okay, so you see on the hourly, we're getting a nice hourly push down, okay? Coming down to test maybe 50% of the previous hour. So guys, awesome call across the board. It was a great call today. I'm losing my voice, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Raul, thank you. Why do I have to eat something? Do I look skinny? Did you hear my stomach growling on today's call? I was in Jamaica. I ate enough jerk chicken to last me a whole year. I'm gonna go eat some pancakes. Okay, guys, have a good day, everyone. Everyone on Zoom, Daniela, Tammy, have a great day. Tammy, I saw your you want to become a mod on YouTube. I'll go over it on the call, and then I'll make you a mod. Okay, but thank you so much for helping out and want to becoming a mod to help us out. I do appreciate it. So thank you, Tammy. I saw it, and I'll make you a mod. Okay, guys, have a great day. God bless everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Trade smart. Donald Trump can talk and fart at any time. Be smart. Okay, guys? If you made some pips, end your day. Okay? Thank you. Have a good day, guys. God bless. Thanks, guys. Daniela, Tammy, Christoph, Sang, Simon, Bruce, Bruno, Country Cousin. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy your day. Thank you guys so much. Please, if you can kindly leave us a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel, and join the free Telegram that's pinned at the top of YouTube so that you can join us on a daily basis. Have a good day, guys.